You have $5 billion to spend in the dumbest way possible. How do you spend it? What's the best way to win $1 million at a casino? Start with 5 billion. 5 billion lotto tickets, all for the same draw. All with the same numbers. You know how as a kid you sat in the tub and paddled your hands in opposite directions to create a whirlpool with you in the middle? Pay 1,000,000 people $5k each to stand in the Hudson, East and Harlem rivers around Manhattan and begin paddling to see what would happen. Build the world's largest ball pit but put it in Kansas. So when the tornadoes hit, it's chaos. Edit. Thanks for the gold and silver. Close bracket. Buy a parking space and make. I guess $5 billion would be enough for a down payment. Buy a $5 million painting. Put it on auction. Participate in the auction and bid against yourself. I'm gonna put a beaded curtain along the entire US-Mexico border. I don't know why, but I read that as breaded curtain. Although that would be a nice way to treat visitors. Hello sir and miss. Welcome to the US. If you're hungry, feel free to munch on the breaded curtain in front of you. Edit. That this is my most upvoted comment is hilarious. Thank you. Buy $5 billion worth of Coke and Mentos. Pour it into a giant pit and watch what happens. Get it in pennies and then pay off random people's collection debt by driving a dump truck full of pennies to each collection agency. Make it rain Reddit gold. Platinum PLS it's $5 billion. I launched thousands of tons of glitter into orbits to give Earth a Saturn-like ring. Not thousands of tons. But the USA did send up needle-like metal particles to space during the Cold War to hinder Soviet radio communications. The plan worked to some extent, but it was not satisfactory and the particles started to fall back to the Earth after some time. Being as small as they were, most of it did not burn after re-entry and they still can be found in Antarctic ice. A cloud of these needle-like particles is still up there though. Edit. Some of you pointed out correctly that the aim of the project was not to hinder Soviet communication but to enhance their own. I feel ashamed of my mistake and now retreat to enjoy my hangover. Empty a bay to look for seashells. Call in the media. Tell them what you're doing. And then when people show up and the bay is drained, walk out onto the beach. Pick up the first shell you see, before you even get into what used to be the bay, and loudly proclaim this one's perfect. Okay, go ahead and refill it. Then walk away. In-app purchases. Spending money to get me some of that fake money to change the pixels on my video game character. Woohoo. I would buy 1,639,000 packs of 1,500 ladybugs from Amazon. Then I would spend the remaining $1 million on releasing them over the Vatican City. Edit. Spelling. World's biggest gravel pit. And 18 mercenaries to fight to death. 5,000,000 Apple monitor stands. Edit. My top comment of all time is no longer an office reference on an AskReddit about SX workers. Not sure how I feel about this change. Give someone $5 billion worth of Reddit silver out of the people asking for silver. You're asking the wrong person cause my wallet is as empty as my head. A pizza party for the CEO of every company on the planet just to let them know how valued they are as an employee. WinRAR. Send it to the Nigerian prince that is in need. Give it the guys planning the Area 51 raid. Nah, you don't just give it to them. You set up training camps all over the country. Anyone who wants to join gets a free bunk, free food, all their regular monthly bills paid until the raid, and world-class training for stamina, strength, and agility. We're also pushing the date of the raid until next year, and telling no one the date. Those Area 51 guards are gonna have their work cut out for them. We need a hang glider, and a crotchless Uncle Sam costume. And I want the entire field of the largest stadium covered end to end with naked redheads. And I want the stands packed with every man that remotely resembles my father. Buy a small shitty apartment in Nick and spend the remaining $10 on an ice cream cone. Make 5 million envelopes with $1,000 in cash in each of them and distribute them to people I cross in the street for the rest of my life. I would start a protest and I would pay everyone $500,1000 to skip work and show up for the day. Just see what would happen if the whole of the working class stopped working for a day. Dig a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Burn it. Buy a duffel bag of fake cocaine that's actually baby aspirin. So one day if I have a baby and he has a headache, I can help with that. Hire every clown available to storm New Zealand and have the world's largest pie fight. Convert it all into 1 OQ coins. These do exist. Right? Dump them onto the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Bath bombs. To pour in the ocean and make it bright pink for no reason. Oil exploration and extraction. Will make a ton of money and doom the entire human race and leave me with nowhere to spend it. Use it to lobby for anti-vax, global warming deniers, oil companies, and private prisons. I'd spend it buying up as much natural land as possible and keep it free and clean. A lot of people would think that is a pretty dumb way to spend it. Buy a bunch of Minecraft accounts. Now you have 185 accounts. I calculated that, then you can do whatever you want. You don't need to worry about getting banned because you have 184 accounts still. I would just buy a hell lot of Reddit coins and give everyone awards because the joy of receiving awards is like no other and everyone should know what it feels like. I would buy all the stadium tickets to a football game except for one. Then on game day I show up in a large, ridiculous hat and sit in front of the one guy who showed up. When he tries to change seats I show him all my tickets. Make as many high quality counterfeits of the real money as I can. Then anonymously donate all the counterfeits to PETA. Then report them for said counterfeits. I would buy every single pair of pants in the world. And just burn them in a big pile. Just buy every f-king pair of pants. Use half of all my money to buy chicken nuggets. Then use said chicken nuggets to make the biggest pool ever created. Which is also made out of chicken nuggets. Buy Elon Musk. And then have him figure out a way to travel through space. And not just any space. Like Pluto space. Since we kicked it out of the solar system like the bitches we are. It could use a friend. Pay for every ad space in every city I can, indefinite amount of time, and print a different phone number on each one. Every phone number will have to be called in an effort to find who paid for the ad space and get them to remove it. Every single phone number will put you on hold for an hour and then rickroll you. Make a remake of Dumb and Dumberer. Then keep making remakes of each moving, adding another to the Dumberer every time till the money runs out. Use it to buy products and extra features from EA. You'll unlock about 5% of the extra features just with that amount of cash. Guys I know in the military bought a 12k engagement ring. He makes roughly 19k a year. She broke up with him before he proposed. I spend the $5 billion on a claw machine that picks up puppies, but the claw's soft so when it picks up the puppies it doesn't hurt the puppies. In this game you win every time. It's not one of those cheap claw machines, so then you pick up the puppy and you drop it, it lands on a little pillow. That's what I'd spend it on. Buy Tumblr for $1 billion. Then sell it for a few million years later. Spend more than $5 billion buying Nokia. Then writing off the entire investment years later. But nest for a few billion. Then do nothing with it and let the founders leave the company. Buy the United States presidency in the next election and give it back to Trump. Not only was it useless, it also would destroy a nation. Give it all to Epic Games. and X200B, and X200B. Buy a plot of land big enough to be a country. Name it Virgin Land. Drop 100 people on the island. And make it an IRL game of Fortnite IA. V-Bucks. Building a border wall in the 21st century. Run for president and lose to Trump. Build a huge skyscraper made of wall mats.